What is going on, YouTube family? Tribox back at you with another DFS special, live before lock, giving y'all all the information y'all need to be ready for today's Fun Friday. Reggie, what you think about today, man?
Let's win.
Let's win. Let's win.
Let's win. That's all we can think of.
So we'll jump right into it. The first game, there's a lot of different games today, but the first game is Tampa Bay, Miami. The pitchers in this game, do you have any interest here? Got Pablo Lopez and Yarborough going on the mound today.
I looked at both of them. I highly doubt it's going to be a 1-0 game again today. Yarborough, kind of chalky for me. I don't know about if I'm going to go that route just because Miami didn't score anything at home yesterday. Didn't really have a lot of opportunity to. I mean, Glasnow pitched really well. Miami's rotation is not bad. I think that they can do the same thing, kind of keep the game low scoring, close game. But I don't know. I feel like one of these two guys, or maybe even both, somebody's going to give up something. So I'm not sold on going anyway in that game.
Okay. I will throw something at you. I do think that you made a good point by saying there wasn't a lot of offense yesterday. I could definitely see a day where it kind of flips in a sense where we get a little bit more offense today. Now Yarborough, I have him projected at about 12 fantasy points a day. To me, that's not going to necessarily get it done. He does have a what we would say a plus matchup against Miami, but I don't see him being out there on the mound all day. I do like us taking some Miami offense, because who was pitching for Tampa Bay today? Once again, it's Yarborough. I definitely could take some Tampa Bay guys versus Pablo Lopez. Now, Pablo Lopez can get it done, but he can be a little loose at times as well. He's projected for 16 to 15 fantasy points today. What was your thoughts on taking a couple shots at Pablo Lopez, maybe some cheap hitters?
It's a possibility. I can look at it that way. Margot's not so expensive in the outfield. Not a good bat to pass up on, or not a bad bat, excuse me, to pass up on. I think who else do they have that's not too expensive? You got Wendell is pretty high. He's 5'1". He's a third base shortstop option. Then you got
Shugo's 3,200, and then he's 3,200 leading off against Pablo. What do we have any numbers?
He had one at bat, and didn't really do much. So
he only had one at bat yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow. How did he get pitch hit for? What happened? Because if he's
I'm not even sure. I thought I could have sworn he only had one at bat. I didn't look too deeply into it, but I thought he only had one at bat. I mean, I could check. Let me see real quick what happened.
I just think it's odd for him to have had one at bat. Just and since what we'll probably do is we'll probably focus on, instead of, I'm gonna flip it like this, where we're gonna go ahead, since it's the live show, we need to go ahead and look at all pitchers. We're gonna go ahead and pull everybody up at once, and we're just gonna go ahead and get pitchers out the way, and then we'll learn in that process who we're gonna attack. So as I go to all the pitchers on the slate, 6 games. Yep, I have all 6 highlighted. Now, pitchers, I have Trevor Bauer projected as the highest. Now he is at Coors, so for me, Trevor Bauer can get it done. He's gonna give up a bomb or two, but he's gonna get some strikeouts. Coors is interesting. We don't know how Coors is gonna be this year though. So like you said, you were talking about the balls and how we may see less home run hits this year, unless you have a guy like Brad Keller, out there pitching, or Ponce de Leon, right? But you're not gonna see as many homers maybe as last year, per se. Um, I look at it. Do you go to Blake Snell after yesterday, or do you think Arizona is just gonna have maybe a different year?
Um, I, I don't know if I'm gonna go that way anymore. I think I'd fall off of Snell. I was initially wanting to go his route. Um, but Arizona was putting the ball in play against a guy who has a lot
Darvish.
of good stuff, and they were hitting the ball well. They were seeing it well. I mean, today's a different day. You got Snell on the mound. He's a different type of pitcher, but
Yeah, and I think
yeah,
Snell. I'm interested in Snell because I do think he saw what happened yesterday, and he's a competitive guy. He's going to try his best to make sure that it doesn't happen to him. I'll say that. But I do agree with you. Um, Pablo Lopez actually looks a little bit better the more you look at him. I know I was thinking about taking some one-offs against him, but you know, that Tampa Bay offense just doesn't scare me. Not very much.
yeah,
He's 7,000.
not at all. I mean, I think that's a thought, but I'm not so sold on it either
Either.
to where I want to go his way. I just don't. I can't trust Miami's pitching. They have good days and then they have terrible days,
Hmm.
and they're too far in between. There's no in between. I mean, yesterday you got Sandy pitching great. I mean, I think he was even the best pitcher yesterday. I
Alcantara,
thought he
yeah,
was. I
yeah.
think it was 24-50.
For your bang
Uh,
for your buck, he was definitely.
I definitely thought he was the best play. If you guys watched the last video, I thought he was a good play. Um, and Lopez could be a good play too today. He's priced pretty low too. Um, you know,
What did you
I
think
just don't
about
know
your
if
boy
I
Christian
I go there.
Javier? I'm sorry to cut you off, but he's going to Oakland, which can be a dangerous place at times.
I like Javier. I think that's a good pick. I would go
Pitcher's
his
Park.
route. Yep. So I think I would put him in there. I mean, he's got good stuff, man. He's got a good mid to high to mid low fastball, good breaking pitch, breaking curveball, and he mixes them well. Good changeup. I think he's somebody who can get in and out of that lineup, that Oakland lineup, which is not a bad lineup at all. I mean, they got a good lineup, I think.
Mhm. Okay.
I think he can get around them, a couple of times, maybe three times, and you know, the Astros. They're a little built a little different. I think they're the type of team that thrives in getting their pitching through 6 7 innings. That way they can get towards the back end of that bullpen, and they got an old school coach. They got Baker.
Hmm.
He's a guy who wants their pitchers to go as far as they can,
How did
and
Granky? How did Granky do last night?
great. I think he did great. Honestly, he might have been the best pitcher because he went 6 strong.
Okay.
But I don't remember what his final line was.
Okay.
I can find out too as
So
well. But I
so
think he did really well.
as we draw to an end on pitchers, what who are your two guys if you had to kind of choose?
Right now, I like for me, I like Javier and Bauer right now. I like them the most. Um,
Okay.
it's good separation of price point. Get you about 4,700 average remaining salary. That can probably put you in the best position to get some good bats. This is going to be a heavy offensive day. So we'll see.
And we're gonna need as many bats as we can. There's definitely some bats. Definitely, I want to discuss. Get leaves us 4,100 left if we go Bauer and Javier. Is there any other guys? and I'm gonna look at the analytics. They have Bauer as the top player today. And this is analytics, folks. Very rarely does it end up like that, but there's a reason why they may have Bauer at top, and we're gonna find out tonight. Blake Snell, then Pablo Lopez, rank out the top 3. Joey Cueto going to Seattle. It's interesting. Would you ever do a Cueto and a Javier so we can just pay up for bats, or is that kind of pushing it? Because I think Cueto can make it through Seattle.
He can. Not a doubt in my mind he can. He's a good. He gets through the lineups really well. I like Seattle bats though. That's the thing. I think there's some bats with Seattle that can
So
turn up.
Colorado don't scare you as much.
Not as much. Just based off of last game. I'm just not so worried about Colorado today. I think Bauer is gonna come out with a good performance. Um, and he'll need it. I mean, with facing the team he's facing Colorado in Colorado, and the Rockies beat the Dodgers yesterday, so they won 8-1, 8-5. So I think the Dodgers need to get that first win and establish themselves. So I think it'll be today. That's why I like Bauer.
Okay, we got 2 road pitchers, but we'll see. How did Oakland's offense look yesterday before we lock in Javier? Because there's some other guys I like.
I mean, they had 6 hits yesterday, 1 run. They scored in the 7th inning late. They were getting shut down. It was not a far off game. I mean, it was 3-1 going into the 8th inning. So it wasn't like it was a blowout until the end. I mean, Astros kind of, established themselves as a better team in that game. Towards the end of the game, they had late rally and scored 5 runs in 2 innings and put the game out of hand.
So I actually like Pablo Lopez, just because I'm Tampa Bay's offense to me, just throughout the whole, I've never thought too much of him, and that's why I think Pablo could have a good game in this spot. But Christian Javier, I don't know how much I like Javier going to Oakland. Just me personally. Before we move to catcher. But if you think he's solid, we can go there.
Right now, my catcher, I like Buster Posey the most.
I was just solidifying our pitching, because I was thinking, do we want to go Javier or do we want to go Lopez?
I'm confident with Javier. I think he'll do well tonight.
Okay.
I'm not gonna change my mind. I think with Lopez, it could be a good play. There's nothing wrong with it. But for me, just seeing that Javier has faced these bats before, he's given up home runs to guys like Murphy, Chapman, and Olson. They've seen each other the A's know who this guy is. They played against him in the playoffs. They played against him during the regular season, so they know who this guy is. He's got good stuff, man. He faces these guys. Some of them he's going to face for the first time because guys like Mitch Moreland, who played for San Diego, and guys like Elvis Andrus, played with Texas. These some new bats he's not used to facing. But guys like Lowry, Olson, Chapman, Murphy, he's seen before. Laureano, he's seen before these guys. I think he can get through the lineup, and I'm confident in him. So we'll see. I mean, compared to your guy Pablo Lopez, who has seen a good fair share of these Tampa Bay Rays bats. I think the bats of the Rays is going to have to come alive. I mean, especially if they're so high and mighty on their pitching, they got to have some more run support. One run is not going to be enough to win a lot of games.
Okay.
So
we'll go to catcher. Let's move to catcher. So they have Yasmani Grandal jumping off the screen. So what I'm gonna do is this. I want to go to catcher and see if do you have your actually I'll let you look. Do you see any catchers who are in great position? Because I'm unable to pull up that function now on an analytics base that we use. Do you see any catchers that are in good positions?
So there's a few catchers that are in some good positions there. I mean, Grandal is obviously in a good position. Will Smith, uh, I think he's had plenty of plate appearances against this guy. I think that, at one point he's got a pop, right? Got Carson Kelly has never faced Blake Snell before, and Murphy has good numbers against Javier. If you want to do a one-off against your pitcher, you can go through Murphy. I mean, Murphy's hit him well, has hit a home run off of him. Stassi versus Keiko. I mean, if you wanted to go an angel stack, you can do an angel stack. Angel stacks looks nice today because of Keiko's just been around for a long time. So, and you know how the Angels team is, an older team. Guys that they got have been around for a little bit of time, like Pujols, and other guys like. Excuse me, I'm sorry. got tied up. Pujols, like I said, and Trout and
Hmm.
Rendon and Upton. Those guys have been around for a little bit of time. They to be able to see this guy like Iglesias has also been around for a little bit. So they've all seen him their fair share. So you get a lineup like that facing a guy so many times, it's more favorable to the batter. So looking at the A's or excuse me the Angels bats could be a good play today.
Yeah. I definitely agree there, and that's something to watch as we go back through. Because if we find too many cases where Javier does look like he's threatened, then we may make a pivot there. But right now we'll stay there. So you think Murphy looks like a good play? Grandal looks like a good play. I want to see, yeah, Murphy versus Javier, like you said, Grandal. There's not too many plate appearances for these guys. So today is going to be more of a, I would say a save money day at catcher, right? I'm not saying you have to pay up, but if you could find a hitter in a lineup you like for a cheaper price, then that's something we should go with.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely an option.
So what we'll do is we'll find the best catcher, but let's try to also save some money here. Who's early? Kelly against Snell. Posey versus Kikuchi. You can't go wrong going against Kikuchi. I'll tell you that. But once again, Yasmani Grandal, they got him batting sixth in the lineup. That's further than I thought he would. We're paying 49. I don't think I can pay 49 for Grandal. So I'm thinking, what do you think? Save money here or spend up for somebody?
I mean, like I said, you can look at Max Stassi out there. He's in a great position against Keiko's faced him before. He's got good numbers. Had a great day yesterday. He's a low price.
I'm
At
actually thinking
3-1,
about going
that's a good
lower.
price.
I like my odds with this. The guy who 18 scored 18. What's his name? Camp. Who is this? Who do you know this brother who was balling obviously his first game? That's the
Are you,
value I need in a good park batting
you talking
seven.
about Carson Kelly?
Nah, right here camp. Who is this brother right here? I'll pull him up.
Oh, Luis Camposano.
Hmm. I think I'm gonna take a shot on him today. Cheap, played
Okay.
well, hot bat. Because today is a batter's day, and there's some batters I know I want to get. We may go different there, but I definitely want to get some batters in this line.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't blame you for that. That's a good option. You got some choices there. You can go. I mean, I can. I like the Angels bets enough to want to mix it up and go and grab some of their guys. Like, I can mess around and get guys like, Otani and Stassi and stack them up together, and then even so, probably put in Fowler in there or Upton, one of the two guys. I can even go Upton. Had looked like he gonna have a good day, and be satisfied with that, and then maybe mix in an Escobar at third base
Okay,
with
just
those
to get
guys
some.
as a one off.
Okay, so we'll jump to
Just
first.
some
We'll
just to
jump
get
to
some extra.
first. We'll jump to first because time is, we got about 10 minutes left. Today they love Max Muncy, which I understand, right? Max Muncy, he's in Coors, the pitcher he's going against. Great position. They are Jose Abreu, great spot against Heaney. Now Heaney can be, but there may be history there. Mitch Moreland, Jesus Aguilar. Now let's see if anybody is projected or has history. I don't want to say projected, has great history. Do you see anybody at first base that you looking at off glimpse that you want to grab?
Right now, like I said, I got Otani at first. I think he's a good value play.
Okay. Okay. What made you like Otani at first? He's going against Dallas Keuchel. Do you see any history there or?
So he's going against Keuchel. As far as history goes, I don't know if he has much history against him. I think he's seen him 3 times and struck out all 3 times. That's not scaring me away from him so much, only because Otani had a great spring. Excuse me, guys. He had a great spring. I like his bat. I mean, I like the way he was swinging the bat in spring. I think he's gonna have a good day today. I'm feeling him a lot actually. So I'm gonna go Otani with at first.
Okay.
No, he's a first base outfield option, and I could put him there.
So I'm gonna take Teshugo here, and the reason being is I have some bats I want to pay up for, and if I don't get Muncy here, which I will, most likely, give me Shugo. Shugo, we shall go. Now I'm gonna throw Shugo in here. And we'll move to second base, and then I can pay
thought
up.
you was gonna play playoff Pinder.
But what was that boy's Pinder's price? What was his price today?
I don't know if he at first base though. I think he's outfield.
Second. Outfield, okay, yeah.
He could be second. He plays every position.
Yeah,
so.
He's when in the playoffs, he's just a stud.
He's a stud.
All right.
He had some good plays. You saw what I sent you last night,
bro. He was out there balling. I'm like, now
making plays.
He making plays. That's what the man does. Second base, Altuve batting a .500 against Jesus Luzardo. Altuve, Gavin Lux. So you got some of these batters for the Dodgers look like they're in great places. Tony
second base is a must. You can't miss on second base.
And that Altuve is up there for me. I'm going
to surprise you a little bit with this. I like Ty France.
Seattle. For Seattle. Ty France has been playing well lately.
I like his bat, man. I think he's a good pick. Never faced Cueto before, but I mean, he's gonna have a good day. I think. I mean, look at it this way. He played yesterday. He had an RBI run, got a hit. He's got good numbers, man. They bumped him up in the lineup. I mean, yesterday he was batting 8th. Now he's batting 2nd.
Is there any stacks we're looking for? Where's Kentel Marte at? Still cheap. I'm thinking of going right back to Kentel and stacking him and just get some. Oh yeah, okay. He's still cheap at 3,300, batting 2nd. just see him staying hot against Snell. I know that's kind of
Who was that?
Ketel Marte. I'm thinking about going right back to him against Snell. He went off against yesterday against our boy I forgot our boy's name. He'll come back to mind. But he went off yesterday, had a great game. Now he has Snell. And I'm thinking about going back to Ketel Marte because I'm paying up for some Dodgers bats as we get to the third base and fourth, and third base and shortstop. I'm got some players in mind. As we get to third base, because as we get closer to lock and we're just dealing with all the projections, Justin Turner is probably who I'm gonna go with here. Kyle Seager is my boy. I would love to go Seager. But Justin Turner, I definitely am gonna take a shot at him today against Cincinnati.
Third base.
Yeah, I'm going Justin Turner. I've been saving my money, and then I'm going, and I'm gonna follow it up with my favorite shortstop, Mr. Seager.
Oh my goodness. So
Yes, I am.
the Dodgers yesterday, I mean, what happened? You know, like 5 runs. You let these guys score 8 runs on you. I mean, it was like the Rockies were scoring every inning almost, seemed like yesterday.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Can't
stop
take
them.
nothing from them. Can't take nothing from them. And on the outfield, I think I'm going Mr. Betts.
Oh, you really paying up Dodgers.
Well, that's why I went cheap with Tsugo, Marte, you know, a couple of these guys. I want to get in these Dodgers. I got Turner, Seager, and Betts.
I mean, if you want to go that way, I would go either AJ Pollock. I mean, in the outfield, great bat before I would go Betts, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, Betts is a little expensive, and so Bellinger played
Better.
well yesterday. Trout, I mean, he's Trout.
Yeah, he's Trout.
I wouldn't mind. He's not. So let's see who's going against Kikuchi in the outfield. Where are these Seattle bats in the outfield? They're cheap. Let's see. Kikuchi, you have Slater. That boy Slater. I'm interested in some bats. Is Slater right-handed or left-handed? He's a righty or lefty? Do you know?
He's a righty.
Are you sure?
Slater?
Yeah. I like him versus Kikuchi. Give me Slater in there. He's projected for 8 fantasy points. Slater. And then I'm gonna give me another pay up. Rosarina is gonna make an appearance soon. There's something about Betts and Bellinger. If I could get Betts and Bellinger in here, man, I would. How has Betts been swinging the ball the same to you, or has it been since he got to the Dodgers? Or do you feel
I didn't
like
get too much chance to watch the Dodgers play yesterday. I did see a couple of highlights, but I didn't really get a chance to see them play so much yesterday. I kind of was a little busy. I had an umpiring game that I had to do, some varsity game, but I did tune in late to the late games, but I didn't really get an opportunity to watch him play. Like I said, I saw highlights, but he didn't have too much to really. I mean, they didn't really show much of him yesterday. I mean,
yeah,
he had 6 at bats and he had 2 hits, but it really wasn't like
I need more.
They showed him sliding into home yesterday. I mean, it's Mookie Betts. He's gonna anything he does is gonna get. It wasn't much. It wasn't much though. It wasn't like crazy things to see. Like I don't know how to describe it to you, but I didn't see much from him. To answer your question.
So I put Tommy Pham in there at the end right now just because we're getting close to lock, but nothing locked.
Yeah, 1 minute to lock.
Nothing to be locked. But if you want to see who I went with, who Reggie went with, what we're doing over here at Try Box DFS, you're gonna have to become a member. You're gonna have to tune into us every day between this time, but also you can always reach out to us on Twitter, YouTube, and also Instagram. We have different packages, monthly, daily, season long, anything you're looking for. But you know, we want to be that provider for you guys, give y'all all the information y'all need so it can be on top of your daily fantasy needs. You know, Reginald, did you have anything for him?
Nah, man, good luck. Good luck to everybody. And, we'll see you later tonight.
All right. Thank you guys for coming in. We'll talk to you later.